Your journey into the world of great stories begins now. Welcome to the English Audiobook Library.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to English Audiobook Library, the place where your ears go to school and actually enjoy it.
That is a new tagline, Smith. I like it. Welcome, everyone. I'm Molika.
And I'm Smith. And today we have a topic that is literally going to help your brain work better.
Literally, we're talking about the 10 ways to give your brain a stronger, sharper memory.
Yes, because Molika, and I'm being completely honest here, I forget things all the time. Like yesterday, I walked into the kitchen and I just stood there, completely blank, staring at the wall.
What were you looking for?
I have absolutely no idea. That's the entire point. I stood there for a full minute, walked back to my room, sat down, and then I remembered I wanted a glass of water.
A glass of water, Smith? That is the most basic human need.
I know. It was deeply embarrassing. My brain just short-circuited. So this episode, very personal for me.
I love that. The whole episode was inspired by Smith forgetting water exists.
Exactly. You're welcome, audience. My suffering is your education.
Okay, so 10 ways to make our brains have better memory. These are real science-backed tips, not the kind of thing your grandmother makes up.
Just eat more garlic, dear. It fixes everything.
Stop. My grandmother actually says that.
Does she? And does it work?
She's 87 years old and sharp as a knife, so maybe don't knock the garlic.
Fair point. Okay, number 1.
Number 1 is probably the most important one on this whole list, and it's also the one that most people completely ignore, and that is sleep. Quality sleep.
Sleep. Your brain's best friend, and honestly, the most underrated superpower you have.
Here's what actually happens in your brain when you sleep. While you are lying there doing absolutely nothing, your brain is working overtime. It processes everything you learned during the day, and it moves important information from your short-term memory into your long-term memory.
So it's like your brain is filing documents while you sleep. You're just lying there drooling on your pillow, and your brain is in the office going, "Trrrr." Okay, Spanish vocabulary, file. Math formulas, file. That embarrassing thing you said at a party in 2015, permanent file. Cannot delete.
Why does the brain always keep the embarrassing stuff?
Scientists are still working on that. It remains a mystery.
So, the recommendation is 7 to 9 hours for adults. And please, please, no screens right before bed. The blue light from your phone actually tricks your brain into thinking it's daytime.
So when we're all lying in bed at midnight scrolling through our phones, our brain is going, "Oh, it's noon. Time to be fully awake and alert."
Exactly. You're basically lying to your own brain.
My brain already doesn't trust me after the kitchen water incident. I cannot afford more betrayal.
Moving on.
Number 2, exercise. And before anyone groans, Molika!
Sorry. That was a reflex. I couldn't help it.
Exercise increases blood flow to the brain. And here's the amazing part. It actually stimulates the growth of new brain cells, especially in the hippocampus, which is the memory center of your brain.
So you are literally growing a bigger, better brain when you go for a walk.
Exactly. And the beautiful thing, you do not have to run a marathon. Even 20 to 30 minutes of brisk walking 3 times a week has been shown to significantly improve memory and concentration.
That is so encouraging. I can absolutely do a 30-minute walk. I do that when I'm late for the bus anyway.
Emergency exercise. Does it still count?
I'd like to believe it does.
Same. Let's say yes.
Okay, number 3, And this one might surprise some people: mindfulness and meditation.
Now, I know when some people hear the word meditation, they immediately picture monks on a mountain, white robes, total silence, maybe some incense burning.
Yes, like you need to be sitting cross-legged somewhere in the Himalayas with a wise old teacher to make it work.
But it is so much simpler than that. Here's the thing. Meditation trains your brain to focus, and focus is actually the very first step of memory, because if you're not paying attention to something in the first place, you cannot remember it later.
It's like you can't save a file you never opened.
Ooh, I love that. Can I steal that?
You just did.
Studies show that even just 10 minutes of daily mindfulness, sitting quietly, focusing on your breath, letting your thoughts settle, can improve concentration and working memory over time.
And mindfulness also reduces anxiety and stress, which actually helps memory as well. We'll talk more about stress later, but just know they are connected.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Number 4, and this one is personally my favorite way: food. What you eat directly affects how your brain performs.
Okay, so the memory all-stars of food. First up, fatty fish. Salmon, sardines, mackerel, all high in omega-3 fatty acids, which are essential for brain health.
Blueberries, packed with antioxidants that protect your brain cells from damage, literally called a superfood for the brain.
Nuts and seeds, especially walnuts. And Molika, have you ever looked closely at a walnut?
What do you mean?
It looks exactly like a tiny little brain.
I never noticed that before. Now I can't unsee it.
Nature is telling us something. It is literally saying, eat the brain-shaped food for your actual brain.
Also, leafy greens like spinach and kale. Eggs, great source of choline, which helps with memory. And, pause for effect, dark chocolate.
Did you say dark chocolate?
I said dark chocolate.
My memory is about to become exceptional.
Dark chocolate contains flavonoids and caffeine, both of which improve blood flow to the brain and enhance memory function.
I'm going to eat dark chocolate every single day and call it a medical treatment.
Please do not tell people that.
Deal. Moving on. Number 5. And this is so beautifully simple that people massively underestimate it. Water. Hydration.
Your brain is approximately 75% water, so when you are even mildly dehydrated, we're talking just 2% below optimal hydration, your concentration and memory can already start to decline.
2%. That is barely anything and is already affecting your brain?
Right, and most people walk around mildly dehydrated without even knowing it. So, drink your water, everyone. The general guideline is about 8 glasses a day, but it varies depending on your body, your climate, how active you are.
If you're living somewhere hot, and many of our listeners are, you definitely need more than 8 glasses.
And here's a really practical tip. If you're feeling mentally foggy, you can't focus, everything feels slow, before you panic about your brain, drink a big glass of water first. It might literally be that simple.
Honestly, I think half my brain fog is just thirst.
Probably.
This is a humbling episode for me.
Number 6. This one is genuinely fun. Challenge your brain. Keep learning new things.
Your brain is like a muscle, and if you only ever use it for the same tasks, the same routine, the same everything, it gets comfortable. It stops growing, and comfortable is not always great for memory.
When you learn something new, a language, an instrument, a skill, a hobby, you're building new neural pathways, new connections in your brain, and the more connections you have, the stronger your overall memory becomes.
Things like learning to cook a new style of food, picking up chess, trying a new language, doing crossword puzzles, Sudoku, even learning a new dance.
Any of these count. The key is that it needs to be genuinely challenging, something that makes your brain work.
I've actually been trying to learn the ukulele.
Really? How is that going?
My neighbors have stopped waving at me.
Falls apart laughing.
But my neural pathways are thriving, so trade-offs, you know?
Worth it. Completely worth it. Your brain is growing, your relationships are suffering, but worth it.
Number 7, and this one is an absolute game changer, memory techniques.
These are specific strategies that make it dramatically easier to hold on to information. And the first one is mnemonics.
A mnemonic is when you use a pattern, a word, a sentence, a rhyme, an acronym to remember something. For example, do you remember how to spell the word because?
Big elephants can always understand small elephants.
Yes. See? You will never forget that word now. Once you attach the mnemonic, it sticks.
Another powerful technique, spaced repetition. Instead of cramming everything into one study session the night before,
Which never works, by the way. Trust me, I have extensive personal experience with this failure.
instead of cramming, you review information at spaced intervals. Day 1, day 3, day 7, day 14. Each time you review it, that memory gets stronger and more permanent.
It's like watering a plant. You don't dump your entire water supply on it once a month and expect it to be fine.
Exactly. And the third technique, and this one sounds almost magical, the memory palace. You imagine a place you know very well, your home, your school, your street, and you mentally place pieces of information in different locations in that space.
When you need to recall the information, you just mentally walk through that space and pick up what you left there. It sounds unusual, but memory champions around the world swear by this method.
And here's the most important thing to understand about memory. There is no such thing as a bad memory. There's only trained memory and untrained memory.
Wow, that's genuinely quotable.
Thank you.
Number 8, and this one is really important. Reduce stress.
Chronic, ongoing stress is one of the biggest enemies your memory has. And here's the biology behind it. When you are stressed, your body releases a hormone called cortisol.
And short-term cortisol is actually useful. In an emergency, it sharpens your focus. It helps you react fast. But long-term cortisol, chronic stress, it actually damages the hippocampus, your memory center, over time.
So people who are always stressed, always overwhelmed, always under pressure, their brains are under a kind of constant low-level attack.
And that's why when people say, "I've been so stressed I can't remember anything," that's not just a figure of speech. That is biologically, literally happening in their brain.
That actually hits really hard.
It does, right? So, stress management is not a luxury. Deep breathing, journaling, time in nature, hobbies, therapy, these things are actually protecting your brain.
Take care of your mental health, and your memory will genuinely thank you.
Well said. Really well said.
Number 9, and this one surprised me when I first read about it. Stay socially connected.
Having meaningful social interactions, real friendships, family connections, community involvement actually stimulates the brain in powerful ways that keep it healthy and sharp.
Loneliness, on the other hand, has been linked to faster cognitive decline, worse memory, and even higher risk of dementia in later life. And this isn't just about feeling emotionally sad, it's a direct impact on brain health.
Think about what a conversation actually does for your brain. You're listening, you're processing what someone says, you're forming a response, you're reading their emotions and body language, you're remembering what they said 5 sentences ago. All of this simultaneously.
Your brain is working hard when you talk to people. It's a workout.
So the next time a student says, "I'm going out with friends, I need a break from studying," that time with friends might actually be helping their memory and brain health.
That is the most scientifically legitimate excuse to go out socializing I have ever heard.
Students, tell your parents Smith and Molika said it was for neuroscience.
We take no responsibility for what happens.
And number 10, the final one, and honestly, one of my favorites, teach others what you learn.
This is based on something called the protégé effect. When you explain something to someone else, when you teach it, your brain has to do a lot of work. It has to organize the information, simplify it, find the right words, and present it in a way another person can understand.
And that entire process of organizing and explaining actually reinforces your own memory more powerfully than just rereading your notes or listening passively.
This is actually one reason why podcasts and audiobooks are such a great way to learn. You listen, you engage, and then if you tell a friend one thing you heard, that information gets locked in.
So, after this episode, teach someone one thing you learned today. That's your homework.
And if you don't have a friend nearby at the moment?
Explain it to your pet.
Does that work?
Does the pet remember? No. Do you remember? Absolutely yes. Win-win.
I love it. I love it. Okay, let's bring it all together with a quick recap.
All right, let's run through all 10. Fast.
1. Sleep well. 7 to 9 hours. Your brain files memories while you rest.
2. Exercise. 20 to 30 minutes a few times a week. Grow new brain cells.
3. Practice mindfulness. Train your focus. You can't remember what you never noticed.
4. Eat brain-boosting foods. Fatty fish, blueberries, nuts, leafy greens, and yes, dark chocolate. You are welcome.
5. Stay hydrated. 8 glasses a day. Drink your water, people.
6. Challenge your brain. Learn new skills. Build new neural pathways. Sorry, neighbors.
7. Use memory techniques. Mnemonics, spaced repetition, memory palace. Your memory can be trained.
8. Reduce stress. Chronic stress damages your memory center. Protect your brain. You deserve it.
9. Stay socially connected. Real relationships keep your brain sharp and healthy.
And 10. Teach others. Share what you've learned today. Teaching is the deepest form of remembering.
And that is a wrap on today's episode. I genuinely loved this conversation. I learned so much, or maybe relearned things I'd forgotten, which is very on theme.
Absolutely. And I am going to go drink a very large glass of water immediately after this.
Finally.
And then I will sleep for 9 hours and eat some blueberries and maybe pet my neighbor's dog because social connection.
That is the most correct sequence of events you have described all episode.
Haha, growth. I am growing.
Thank you so much for listening to English Audiobook Library. We make these conversations for you, and it means everything that you're here.
If you enjoyed today's episode, please like it, share it with a friend, and subscribe so you never miss a new one.
And remember, your brain is extraordinary. It can always learn, always grow, always improve. Give it the love and care it deserves.
Until next time, keep learning, keep listening, and keep being curious.
Take care of yourselves, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.